here in opening week. One of the more interesting things is how this young man will handle the transition from college to the pros. We'll see how he adapts to life as a rookie middle linebacker in the NFL. It's the Bengals going up against the Jets. With that, we'll get up to the Meadowland as we introduce our new Madden broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Guys, to use a Broadway term, bring the leg.
All right, Larry, we'll see what we can do as we are indeed ready for football here at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, the opener of the 2016 NFL season between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New York Jets. And we've got a pair of teams that won double-digit games a year ago, but the difference, the Bengals at 12-4, they made the playoffs. The Jets, 10 wins, but they were left out. Here comes the D swarming to the line. Now one of the newest Jets. This is Matt Forte. He takes this for 3 to the 29. Carlos Dunlap, the defensive end, the one to bring him down. So to carry that time for Forte, a man who turned 30 last December, Charles.
And he wants to make sure we forget about that with his new team, the New York Jets. But we do know that 30 is the dreaded age for runners.
And Forte, so experienced, more touches than anybody else in the NFL the last 8 years. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Geno Atkins with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. Throwing now is Geno, finding time. A dump off to Forte. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
As a defender, you're never crazy about a complete.
And the Jets set to take the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That, too.
So what will they do? On the ground, through the air, let's see. 2nd and 9. Off of play action. Here's Smith. He's got time. Great protection. It's caught. Left side, Bolden. Good use of the pass there to pick up the first down against a defensive look that they had specifically prepared for, they told us, coming into this one.
Certainly seems like they're holding all the right cards now, doesn't it? Because of their preparation. Went back, watched the tape, studied the tendencies, and they felt like they had them down cold, and they were able to use the pass against them.
And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. Sean Williams that time in on the stop. So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On 2nd down, Forte. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 6. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Complete here to the right to Bolden. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, And then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And Folk's kick is good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So a little fortunate there because that one was definitely leaking right.
Without a doubt. Maybe about the width of a football or so.
Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They'll come out in the pistol. Out of the pistol, Forte. And he had a quick little spin move, but the door shut fast as he's dropped. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. 7 yards remaining here on 3rd down. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. From the gun on 3rd down, Smith nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay,
And New York set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
as they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. But they certainly got dented with that first down run. So now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They stay on the ground. Forte again. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. So they go out of the gun, try to delay it on the draw, but nothing there.
Yeah, good play by the defense there. They sniffed it out and made sure there were no gaps for him to run. If you're the offense, though, you have to think to yourself, maybe I go play action down the road.
Watch left, watch left. Tight end to the left, tight end left.
Defense sinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, Smith. He's got a man open. That's Marshall. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
All right, let's just go and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
It's not always as straight as that team wanted it more than the other, but on that play, it actually was true. They were faster to the ball.
Now the defense definitely showing blitz here. Here's Smith now on second down, and it's complete. Owen Daniels. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. They'll try and get it with Forte, and he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. The defense came out with a look that they had prepped for all week to attack. They took advantage, got the first down.
And the key words in there, prepped for all week. They really studied them, understood their tendencies, knew what they liked to do, and prepared their game plan accordingly. And boy, the payoff was good.
Back to the ground on first, it's Forte. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
On the counter, Forte. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. From the gun, here's Smith. Throws left side, complete to Brandon Marshall. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
And those first downs do add up. The offense keeps the ball moving downfield and keeps their defense on the bench, giving them a chance to rest.
Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. Again, we'll see the pistol here. On first down, this is Forte. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
Man, wasn't that long ago that the guy playing that spot was an outside linebacker type of a guy. Now, as a defensive end, how about the speed that he used to get into the backfield and make the play?
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout. A reminder coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of our first half.
LR, that's my man.
That's your guy. To throw on second down is Smith. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
All right, say it with me now. There's a lot of different words we come up with. Maybe we go back and forth after that play, getting his toes tapped down to make that catch. Crafty.
Yep.
Wiley. Oh, definitely.
All the veteran names.
You name it. Has every move in the book and continued to get better throughout his career so he can make that type of a catch.
A dump off to Forte. No gain at all on the play there, and that brings up 4th.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
And Folk's kick is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So they get 3. They were hoping for 6. An unlucky number 13 play drive.
Well, you go to
likely not see another play here as they take the knee and head into the intermission all tied. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we'll send you down the coast to Orlando, where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. Let's look back now at this closely contested first half. Both the Jets and the Bengals haven't figured out yet how they're going to move the ball through the air. The defenses on both sides have kept points off the board, and it will be interesting to see if they can keep that up. So let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Down to the middle of the first, Bolden's got the catch here. He ends up picking up a yard before heading out of bounds. Jets will stall out and settle for a field goal. Third down from the 46. Smith's completion is made out of the gun, and he'll end up picking up 18 yards on the play. Jets would go on to kick a field goal to put 3 points on the board. So that's it.
The drive begins with a run by Forte, and he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And that was a good run, and it should get the attention of the defense, but it can't just dwell on it. They've been playing so well this entire game. Maybe they just look at it and say, okay, congratulations, you got one on us, and just not let it turn into more.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Again, they run. Again, it's Forte. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
That was a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Now Gino on 1st down. Another reception made over the middle. This is Bolden. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Second down, they need less than a yard to pick up the first. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's see, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
2nd and 1, if people want to run the football, this is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
From the 50, it's Smith. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Now Gino. Looking for Decker, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Carlos Dansby. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Naturally, we're going to say it was a poor pass, but the defensive guys say it was just a great play by them. They broke on the football, picked it off, and gave some momentum to their team.
The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. Really tough drive, but that run help salvage something there because now there's something positive that came out of it. They got to see good blocking, good push by the offensive line, wide receivers trying to get involved, a good run by the back, and now maybe it'll be a catalyst for them to look at going forward, watching it on tape. Maybe they can keep incorporating that type of a run into their offense. As a guy carrying the ball, your eyes are going to direct your feet, and you're hoping they carry you to the open spaces. But it's awfully difficult at times because you have so many things you have to look out for. Where's the line blocking? Where's the traffic coming from? Tough to find open spots.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. This is Forte. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
And, partner, in a lot of short yardage situations, you'll see the linebackers step up into the gaps, what we call mugging the line of scrimmage.
And New York set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 2nd down now after the pass completion. And they're definitely showing blitz here. On 2nd down, here's Smith. Drops it underneath to Forte. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. On 1st and 10, Smith. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the 1st.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on, you heave one deep and you catch him close to the spot.
Smith on 1st down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws. throws it away. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down.
Watch 80. Watch 80.
Marshall, the lone receiver on the left side. On 2nd and 10, Smith. Wide open, it's Marshall, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And the D looking like they may blitz. Now a first down throw, it's Smith. He's got time in the pocket. A dump off to Forte. And he'll go down at the 28. It'll be a gain of 4. And that'll make it a second down. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. To the air again, Smith. Amaro's got it, left side. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Throwing again is Smith, and he finds Daniels. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
3 down.
Now Gino on first down. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it.
We got three. 2 Slam.
Back to the air. Smith on second down. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
I know they don't like to hear it when they get to a certain age, but then you have to start to use your skills, your wiles, right? Your mind to beat guys to the football. And getting your toes tapped inbounds definitely qualifies as that, doesn't it?
The veteran showing he still has the agility. A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. Smith. And that is incomplete. They were looking for Marshall that time. And 4th down coming up. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. The Tide Bulls tried it, went for it, but it didn't pay off. Well, they had to take one final shot at the end zone, but now things are looking really bleak.
And I agree with that totally. You had to take the shot if they...
And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for Cincinnati, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.